Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. And we're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. And we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Okay, so I'm back with the Retro Roxy Wednesday. And today I'm going to do Roxy's weekly challenge number 5 from 2021. And it is the recycled envelope window flips with pocket. So I'll link that in the description box. And then also, if you want to play along with me with any of the Retro Roxys that you're looking at, just use this hashtag Retro Roxy Wednesday. And then also you can find all of her weekly challenges from anyone that does them that uses the hashtag at hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge, because she still does them. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside here. Let me put it where I normally put it so I don't forget. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get all of these done. I'm not as proficient as she is. And I think I'm going to save this one. She used these skinny ones, a skinny window. And basically what you do is you cut the back off. Now you can just cut it with scissors by opening it. I like to just take a smidge off with the cutters here. My little cutter, and I'm hoping that it works okay, because it has been, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it. I don't know what's going on. Remember I had this last time a while back, and I had to replace the blade. I mean, I feel like I'm replacing that blade like nobody's business, constantly replacing the blade, I feel like. All right, so this one's a little bit chewed. We'll try to see if we can save it. So I'm just cutting it. You could open it up and cut it. We're going to have to open it up anyways, you know, because so basically what we're going to do is take these envelopes and cut the back off. Now save the back, because of course you can use those for other things. They're wonderful as like a side pocket, you know, but side. So I'm definitely going to save that. I grabbed one of my coffee dyed envelopes. I thought that'd be fun. So I'm going to take the flap off. Some of them won't have flaps. I love to use the flaps on things. You can even use it as, you know, a wrapping to bind things. Like if you have some papers. We've done this before. We bind it like that. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so that's what we want with all of these. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this here. Anyways, she did 3. I don't know. I'm gonna prep 3 of them. We'll see what happens. we're gonna try it. And she also mentions in her video, this is a really good project to use your scraps. But I'm not going to use scraps today, because what I've done is I've gone into my Roxy's, what am I trying to say, digitals. And actually, most of these, if not all of them, are the free digitals that she offers. So if you go into, I believe it's her YouTube, if you go to her YouTube, you can connect with her via email, and she sends out free digitals. So that's what we're going to use today. We're going to use her digitals, and I might have to cinch that up. Doesn't look very, I'll get it here in a minute. And we're going to use, we're not going to distress anything unless we absolutely have to. I want to try to do it Roxy style, and she does not distress typically. So I'm going to work really hard to not distress. I like to distress. I think it looks neat. But I also, again, this is a challenge for me. I also want to, you know, kind of get in the habit or break that habit of distressing everything. So it is a habit of mine, and I do like it. And I feel like it's not complete unless it's distress. So I'm hoping that this challenge kind of gives me an opportunity to see, is that something I like, or is it just because I always have done it that I do it? We'll see. Okay. All right, so let's put these aside. This project is going to have a lot of elements in the sense of paper and stuff, so I'd kind of like to not have too much out. Okay, so let's see. The next thing is to fold up, turn it over, and fold your paper just beyond the window. So kind of like that. On the back side, inside of what was the inside of the envelope. Yeah, so this is just a little crooked here. Trying to see where I want it to be square. What part I want it to be square with. So about 1/4 of an inch up, I think she said. Okay. And then fold about 1/4 of an inch up on the side here. Oopsie. It's not very straight. Is that very straight? Okay. I'm just getting this because I've creased it so many times. All right, so we did that. Okay. Ish. You know, it's not very straight, but okay. I made myself notes. In my previous video, I told you that I had watched the video 3 times. I don't know why it is. I think it's because I'm doing things in between, and I just want to remember what it is I'm doing. Well, I've watched it 4 times now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, okay, we're going to cut each top at a slight angle like that. Let's do that. Each top. This needs just a little trim here. There we go. Alrighty. And then I'm looking at my notes here. Okay, and then we're going to, right here where the fold is, we're going to cut that off, but we're going to come in just a little bit. So I've got to take my glasses off for this because of that wild, I'll do it this way. Just slightly on the inside of that fold. Go, and then we're gonna go at an angle here too. Scissors are probably a little big for the task, but okay. So then it's gonna end up like this. Yeah. All right. Let's finish this off. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see if that works for what we're supposed to be doing. I think one of the reasons I had to watch it so many times is because you know, Rachel does mass make, and so by the time I got to a certain point, I had forgotten what she had done in the first part. So I needed to go back, and so it was all over the place. So basically what I'm doing is I'm making sure that folds up, whoops, and folds in. This pocket folds in nice with this, and this one buckles a little bit, so I'm going to take a little bit more of that off. Buckles just a little bit. Much better. Okay. Okay, so we did that. Now what? Okay, now we're going to turn this down about 1/4 of an inch on each of them. Okay. Oh gosh, sorry about that. Big bang. That's not very straight. All right, glue that down. Glue, glue, glue. Glue paper. Here's those papers I used to showcase a house on my last one. I cut it in half. All right, glue that down. Good. Now this is the pocket. You know, you could put a thumb hole here, you know, punch a thumb hole here if you wanted to. I don't think I am. And Rachel didn't either. Okay. Put that here. All right. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, we're going to cover the inside. This is what Rachel did. We'll cover the inside with book page, music. I'm going to grab my French dictionary and grab a page out of that. Have a couple pieces handy. Okay. All right, I should have done that, but I forgot about it. Okay. Now, was a fun thing. Rachel got back out her tear guide. I use this once in a while, but not as often as I used to. But it is, I love it. I love using it. Okay, so I'm going to tear off, let's do these two together. I'm going to tear off the margin here. You know what? This would be a great time to use my paper scraps. Let me get those out because I may not have to make more scraps. I am going to do a video of just using my scraps. I have so many. So many. Especially, you know, being on the design team with the Junk Journal Studio. Book pages. Here it is. Book pages with some other stuff. I'll pull this over here. I end up using so many things, and then I have so many scraps. Oh, here's some with the that we used with the wax. I'm going to use some of those, I think. Let's see how it works. We'll try one at least. So basically, we're just using scraps that have script on it. Here's one. Let's tear that down. Okay, so we're going to collage. And I also have this from a 1920, what was it? Geography book or something? So in the U.S., you know, that's 100 years old. It's hard to find books still that are, you know, 100 plus years old. But anyways, and then here's some beautiful music. Reminds me of some of the songs that we sang at Easter at church. Okay, so then we're just going to collage the inside. And you wouldn't have to, I think I'll take that top part off. You wouldn't need to collage under the pocket too much. Maybe a little, you know. So we're going to do this here. And then I'll take this off. And come over to... I don't think I did that I didn't do that very straight, so we might need to use it on a smaller side. Yeah, look at that. Yikes. That's not very straight at all. I need to get one of the Tim Holtz things that has the lines on it, so when I tear, I'm a little bit better off with it. Yeah, that's not gonna cover it. So let's just go enough to cover the other side, and then we'll have a second piece. I'm just going to tear it like that. Okay. Glue that down. Ooh, sticky. I'm just going to wrap that around. Now, one thing Rachel did talk about was on this one, this is going to be a hinge in a book. So let's say this is our page. Wait a second, am I doing that right? Put it around the corner like that. Or you could put it on the page like this. Now, unless she did it this way. How did she have hers? Hers was opposite of what I'm doing. Hers was more like this. But that's not right either. Oh well, that's going to work out either way. I was just, as I put it on there, I thought that is opposite of what Rachel's was like. Okay, so let's get these down. I am going to go ahead and use this one again on here. It's a nice width. Okay. Okay. Wrap that around. A little piece of my paper towel here and just kind of scrub a little bit here. Okay. Okay. I think we can get by with using these scraps. Let's do it. Yeah. And yeah. I was going to tell you that I got a text from Joey today that the tulips, the Dutch tulips, are coming up at the university. The ones that, you know, we got last year that our deer, or the deer that come to visit our home, have eaten. Had they not eaten them, they may be up like they are at the university, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Is there any other ones that need a quick trim? That one. So as I'm thinking through this, probably using a coffee dye. I can't get that straight. Probably using a coffee dye isn't necessary because once you collage it, probably only a teeny tiny is going to show anyways. So, you know, you're wasting your coffee dye ones if you consider it the way I do. That's okay. Right. I'm going to use this. Let's see what happens with these guys. That one's already torn, so let's... it smells good. Barely the size. And I'm not sure it's going to fold well on that seam. Let's see. Is it going to crack? Yeah. So we might need to use this for a different place on here and not at the fold. Okay, let's use... Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Beautiful color. Saving it. This is pretty brittle. Very brittle. But I'm glad we can save it by using it, you know, in a collage type of way. Oh, brother. That's the side I wanted. I glued the side I wanted. Okay. All right, let's let that dry, and then I'll trim it. So I think that worked well using this, so let's use it again. You don't have to make them all the same, but I'm a little bit limited in the style of book pages that I have. So mine are going to be a little bit more samey than Rachel's when it comes to book pages. Okay, I think I want that page. That side anyways. Oh, wait. Kind of think I want that pretty color, that pretty caramel up there. And Rachel was also saying that, you know, because you're gluing onto this, I call it cellophane, but it's, oh, come on. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Oh. Can we save it? Might have to piece it. What is this called? Acetate. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think through what I'm doing here. That you could, you know, sew around that before you put everything together, before you put your pocket up together, I guess. Very fragile, but we reinforced it. Okay, let's let that dry. Number 3. Let's use some of this. It's a big page. Yeah, I do like the caramelization, so I'm just leaving it on some of these. I took it off, I think, that first one, but oopsie. All right, this is a done one. Done. Oh, that's pretty. That's even darker. Let's do that. Still haven't seen any bunnies. Seeing lots and lots of birds. The downy woodpeckers, we've seen so many of those, and the ruby-breasted. Beautiful, beautiful. Lots of robins. You know, I think I mentioned the first year we were here, I didn't see any robins, and I was thinking, what is different about this place that the robins aren't going to visit, you know? But we've seen tons of robins, lots and lots and lots of cardinals, tons of blue jays. Very, very exciting. Okay, now we just have that top and a little bit on the bottom. So what could we do? Let's skip back to these. This one's a little crooked. How about just that? Now, normally I would probably fold that over, but I think it would crack. So I'm going to put it on. Hopefully it'll stick. And then I'm going to just trim it. Oh, it smells good. Let's go way over here. It smells good because remember we used a little bit of that Dollar Tree vanilla. Okay, that should have come down to here, I guess. Because we want this to all be covered. I'm just doing it that way. I think that'll be fine. I think I did that on all of them. Yeah, I cut short on all of them. That's the thing with collage. It's fine. I mean, you're just gonna piece it again. Cause see, there's our pocket. So okay, so next time we'll have to be mindful of that. Where is, there it is. Okay. So we just go down to that fold, it looks like. Okay. Where's my other one? There it is. Let's get this done real quick. Oh, yikes. Hope that doesn't matter. I've got glue on my fingers and then this fragile paper. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me get some of this off of here. Okay. All right, where were we? Okay, we're doing top and bottom. Do it. I mean, you know, I'm doing it. I'm trying to use up all these little pieces, but of course you can use all kinds of different things. I'm just using, mine's a little bit more samey at this point, and then when we get to the back, we'll probably have a little bit of some different things. Rachel has beautiful, if you've ever followed her, you know she has beautiful very, very old paper. You know, the cloth paper. So cool. I mean, sometimes it's fun to just watch, to see her paper, you know. So beautiful. And then she also has straw paper. I've never used straw paper before, but you can get it on her Etsy. She sells it on her Etsy. I've looked for it online. We don't get it here, I don't think, in the US. Okay. Looking for another scrap. Every time I tear it, it smells so good. Putting those other ones back and to stamp on or to use for something else. Very easy to tear. Very fragile. But it's so fun to use your fragile papers and things like this because it, you know, it reinforces it once you glue it onto the other things. What do I want to do here? Just gonna go like that. I don't even mind that you can see through this and see like a double writing. It's kind of neat. You know, you can, because it's been, because we used the wax, the beeswax on it, you know, you can see through. Okay. All right. Let's give my glue a break here for a second. And we'll start trimming up on these. Okay. Easy. Boy, I had to give some of my shears, my scissors, a really good cleaning. Alcohol swab the other day. I've just cut so many things with glue, you know. These needed to, I haven't cleaned these in a while. Alrighty. I'm kind of wondering, I'm just thinking through how hers seems so different than mine as far as the location. So I'm just wondering if I've done something backwards. I mean, I think it's all going to turn out fine, but I really liked the way hers looked. I'll put it that way. I am going to dump all this real quick. And we'll get on to the next part. Actually, I think I'm going to get rid of that paper. It's pretty gluey. My hands are sticking to it. Okay, all right, let's get to busting here. Now, next page, or next thing. Cover the outside, it says. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so then this is going to be a fold. And Rachel recommends, and I totally agree, to really only cover one side of the flap because it's just going to be too bulky, too hard to fold. So I think I'm going to fold the flaps in while we work on the outside of our page. So I'm going to get these out of the way. Didn't even use these. And I'm going to put them back here in my thing that has some book page scraps. Okay. Oh, you're going in the trash. Okay. All right. And now let's see, what did she do? Outside thing, glue pocket, lace straw. Okay, so I think she just did this. Then at the very end, she did the pocket. So I think that's the way I'll do it too. Okay, what I have here is I'm getting glue page. Some of Rachel's freebies. I told you about that already. I think this was this year's freebie for Easter, and I didn't use it in time for Easter, but isn't that cute? Oh, look at this. I love these. So I might use some of that. I did it twice. I was actually looking at, I have two different types of paper. I bought one is like a recycled paper, and then one was just regular Walmart paper. And I wanted to see the difference. There is a slight difference. Now I can't remember which paper is which. So I do remember that the recycled paper actually gave a crisper look to it, but it wasn't enough to be significant. I was thinking it would show a difference in color, but it didn't. Okay, so this is pretty. They're all pretty. But I think this will be a good one for us. And this, all of them. All right, let's just get started. Let's just get started. I'm going to use some of this envelope for picture. So I'm going to tear this up. Rachel's papers, I mean, just gorgeous. So let's see here. Let's do this here. I have to cut that down just a little bit. I went a little over. It's pretty. So pretty. Okay. I don't think I can get that whole bird, and I really don't want to cut that bird in half. Let's do this one. That one, how's that? And then, okay, I need to, so now I'm making new scraps. Let's see, where can I put them? Just set them to the side. So we're not going to use that again. Let's see if we have anything else that has a long, oh, they're all so pretty, aren't they? Oh, let's use this. So some of them I didn't orient right when I was printing them, so they came out much smaller, you know, than they should have. I've done that before. Well, actually, I think what it is it's not that I didn't orient it. I think it's how I opened it. Sometimes if I open it as a web on the internet, it gives me one selection, and then sometimes if I open it as a PDF or something, I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty. But I like that blue. I like the blue. I don't think I'm going to go all the way down either. I think I'm going to just go to here. Maybe a little bit down. Like that. Okay. Another scrap. Okay, let's get these on there. Oops. Maybe I want it like that. Yeah. too fast. Too excited about gluing. I glued it down. Okay, I don't want that one dry. It's got a lot of glue on it. I need to order some more Uhu. I've used a lot over the last couple of weeks because I've done some collage. Oh, I did it again. I've done some collaging things, you know. So now this has a little bit of direction on it. Try to keep that. It's also the one I think I did a little bit too wide. I'll have to cut that off a little later. Okay. So in the next couple of days, I have a couple of doctor's appointments and test, a procedure. So I say all that to say that I might not have a video on Thursday, on the next tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what time we get back. Okay. I like it already. It's fun. All right. What's she have in here? Yeah. So all of these are, you know, from her email, you know, being on her email. And there's another one that I did small. And so she gives you these. Once you subscribe, well, at least this is the way it has been. Once you subscribe, you not only get the next freebie, but she gives you the download of all the freebies that she's done. So that is super neat, I think. So it looks like that's, I'm going to just take that on down and try to get a couple of them out of this. Oops. All right, let's see. That blue would look good there, but it's a little, I don't want it to all look like it's matchy match, you know. Just going a little bit further than the window, because then when the other one comes over, this will all be nicely hidden. I think you could probably use washi tape too. It would be kind of fun. Don't you love the sound? I don't think we're going to have time to decorate today, but you could like put this in your pile, and then when you're making your journal, depending on what you know you need, you could put a butterfly on it, or, you know, whatever. Don't know if I like that with that. I think I'm going to do this again. Yeah, you could, you know, put your label on it, put some flowers or a butterfly or a bird. I might get my birds out. I haven't used birds in a while. I have several bird books, and I think, oh, that would be so neat. But then once you get them out and you're starting to use them, it's some of the birds are a little bit freaky looking, I think. That is so pretty. Speaking of birds, it's too narrow though. Might use that up there. This might be pretty on one too. Yeah. This is chocolate before I tore it up. Let's just take that off of there. I don't know why I keep putting it on my glue page. It's sticking. I like this that green up there. I think that's pretty. Has a stamp with it. I'm not sure what that is. I see grapes. I don't know if you can tell what that is or not. A building, maybe? I don't know. I'll do that with it. Okay. I think we're getting pretty close to time here. So what I might do is just try to finish one up and then finish the other ones and put those on my Instagram. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to time. So let's just finish this one. I better put these down though, because otherwise I think they'll get lost. So don't they look pretty, even though we haven't done any aging? You know, we didn't put any distress ink. Don't they look pretty? Okay, so now let's do this big section here. And I think for those, I'm just going to do the one. But I think what I'd like to do is put something like one of these flowers or something. Will that fit? It's not wide enough. How about this? Cut that one a little bit just so I could get the margin off of there. This one might work for 2. We'll see. You know, not now. We won't see right now, but we'll see in a little bit. Okay. Just crease it where I need it to tear. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think it's Rachel and her husband Stefano? Steffi? She always refers to him as Steph or Steffi. I think it's the 2 of them that designed these beautiful digitals. I'm really grateful. And thank you, Rachel, if you ever watch this, for the freebies. Okay, then we're going to do this one. Where are those mistakes that I made? I mean, they'd still be cute, but they might be the perfect size, what I'm looking for. So many beautiful papers. There they are. Nope, too little. Okay. Let's just grab one from behind here. How gorgeous that is. Even just the leaves would be pretty. Now I might wrap it around a little bit. Get this one done, and then except for decorating, we'll have one complete. They're super fun. Square that up on the bottom as best as I know. And flip it over here and just reinforce that a little bit. Where's my glue? Bit of glue on the edge. Put it down. Trim. Yeah, see, I don't know. Rachel's just seemed like maybe she did it like this. Did I go over that? Oh, a little bit. I'll have to trim that. Okay, so that is basically, I don't know if you can see what it's going to look like. And then it has a little pocket here. And then we'll decorate. So I'll put some on Facebook and Instagram for you to see. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. What a fun, fun project. Project Retro Rachel Wednesday. Hashtag. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, we pray blessings over you. We want you to know you're so loved. Bye.